Making an onde takes so much effort, right? But people won't pay more than 50 cents per onde. Why are we unwilling to pay more for our own food, for our own heritage?
When I moved to Australia, I realized that a lot of my friends didn't know what Singaporean food was, which was quite shocking because I always felt that Singapore is quite a globalized city and that, Singapore is pretty well known in the world, but our cuisine is quite underrepresented. So it was at the start of lockdown. I had a lot of free time, so I thought, why not really showcase it and document it as a way to preserve the recipes and preserve the techniques of making these things.
So right before COVID broke, I was in my restaurant in Japan. So I came back straight away, it was SHN, and actually I was very happy because my life is usually very, very hectic, right? I have meetings, I have to work, I have to meet clients, I have to meet suppliers, I have to meet collaborators, just non-stop. The beauty of the SHN and the CB was that I had suddenly a lot of time and I started doing the videos and editing it. I'm a one-man operation, so everything has to be done with my trusty Daiso metal cup, and I'll try to incorporate different angles. So I will cut something and then I will stop and then I will change the angle. Oh man. I'm trying to dig a slow-mo of breaking this egg, right? But I have one egg, so I don't want to waste it, so I have to stop and then redo again. Yeah. And this is always the part when my mother will walk in and say, 你在做什么?
When I was living back in Singapore, I had always wanted to cook with aunties, I always felt like the heart of Singaporean cooking, it really lies in the home, really lies with all these ladies. The very first IG cook along that I did with my mom, she was really intimidated by the whole thing. But when she did it, I realized that she was a natural born teacher. She's so good. And I think the feedback for that particular video was really quite overwhelming.
No big and fast rule about what you use and how much you put in. It's really a matter of as time come by, you will know how much to put in. Okay.
The great thing about posting it on social media is you get almost immediate responses, and it's a wide array. You see people who really cannot cook, and you see people who take it so seriously they brought it to another level. I have people from all over the world asking me little questions like, what is hebi? What's belacan? And then it's fun for me to explain and tell them. Regardless, it's very heartwarming, to see what they say. Even those that don't look like they can cook, they will say things like, this is the first time my husband finished what I cook, or my son has requested that I cook this dish again, things like that. So that really inspires me.
I think a lot of people commented or DM me privately and said that even if I may never do it, at least I know how it's done and the effort and labor involved. I feel that Singapore noodles, what I hope to do is really packaging something that is old school and traditional. People think it's very unsexy, but packaging it in a way that young people can accept and learn from.
We complain that hawker food is disappearing, and part of the reason is because we are unwilling to pay more for hawker food because you think, oh, it's hawker food, so I don't want to pay more. And then that's a problem. If we are going to be cheapskate and you still want good food, what's the hawker going to do?
I know we always talk about preserving hawker heritage and heritage food and things like that, but it's all about the locals to really embrace what we have. That is really important in order to ensure this form of continuity. And it's important for young Singaporeans to not just cook heritage food, but to fall in love with cooking again.